Hello, everyone. Welcome again to K Podcast. I am your host, Karen Truth. Now we are going to be talking about this age topic because some people are, these street interviewers. I've noticed something that every time it comes to relationship interviewers and they want to talk about relationship, they always want to hear if the woman is going to talk about, the girl, the lady is going to talk about the age problem for them, especially if she's older in age. So I came across this video and I'm also happy that somebody else actually also put their own take on this in this particular topic, and she gave her own opinion. But first of all, I'm gonna give my own opinion, and I'm gonna just bring the video up here, and I'm gonna say this: I don't think age matters unless you're somebody that have a problem with growing old, and because of that, you know project that onto others. And also, if you're somebody that literally does not see life, you do not expect your partner to be intelligent or experienced, and you are actually docile for yourself. Your mentality is actually docile for yourself. Then you would actually want somebody that matches your intellectual, um your own intelligence. So I would understand that, for people that have not grown up, but they are grown up in the body, but they are not grown up in the mind. The brain is not grown. So you would definitely want to go play around with children if you're still if you don't want to grow up, and if you feel like growing up is not for you. Now, with the age thing, I'm like, I really don't think everybody out here is looking for somebody younger, but this is the thing. There are some people that are out here, especially male podcasters, coming out and talking about, oh, age does matter because she will not find. Sometimes I feel like it's a way of projection, or it's a way of trying to say, okay, you're miserable, I'm miserable, now we're both miserable. And I feel like many of the times when the women come out and be like, no, I'm not having a problem in dating. And this is the truth. A lot of women don't have a problem dating in their 30s and above, because they always have somebody. They will always have somebody. Even those women in their 60s. Have you seen women in their 60s and 70s that are single, but they're still going on dates with men their age? There's still men their age that are still going on dates with them. So I don't really think, unless you're somebody that feels like you're gonna do that, I don't understand. Now I'm gonna bring up this video over here, and as usual, I'm gonna give you guys my perspective on this particular topic.
Year.
Why is that?
I care about myself a little more. Before, I was more thinking about what everybody else wants, and then that.
At 35, has dating gotten easier for you or harder?
Easier.
Why is that?
I care about myself a little more. Before, I was more thinking about what everybody else wants, and then that wasn't working. So now I know what I want, so it's easier.
Do you think a man is more likely to take you serious now at 35 than when you were 23?
I think it's the same. I don't see a difference.
So what do you think men prefer?
It all depends. Some men like women that are independent and they can go at the same.
Oh my God, I was talking this whole time and my camera and my sorry, my microphone was on mute. I'm sorry. So I'm just gonna repeat what I said before. I'm gonna take it from there. The other question that he asked. Yes, absolutely. It is much more easier for women in their 30s because a man that wants to go in a relationship with you is absolutely gonna want to go with you. He doesn't care about the age. And and if you're a woman in your 30s, he's not gonna come around playing around. He knows that this is serious business. He's not gonna come immaturely. He's gonna put himself together. He's gonna organize himself before going on a date with you. He's not gonna be walking around playing around thinking or doing anything. Unlike the women that are younger. If you're younger, yeah, a lot of men will go on dates with you, but you will always find out that they're always on serious and mostly playing. And I've seen women going on dates in their 30s, and I'm gonna say this: it is beautiful because both partners, both people respect themselves, both the man and the woman. And he knows not to play in her face because he knows she will call him out and or she would actually get out of that situation. She does not have time. And there are a lot of men out here that actually do admire women that are older, women in their 30s. And let me say this, people act as if age really matters. There are women out here in their 70s, in their 60s, 70s, still going on dates. So I don't understand why some people are so pressed with the age when a woman gets older. There are men out here that still go out. They're in their 70s. They are going out with the women in their 70s that are in the same age group, and they are having fun, fantastic time, by the way. So I don't really think this age thing is just to fearmonger. And I feel like this age thing that people always want to, is just, I feel like it's a projection because there are a lot of men that are single or they were single when in their 20s, and they want to hear that it is the opposite for women. It is the same for women in the 30s. So they come around and they ask you these questions like, oh, excuse me, is your life miserable yet since you're single? And most of the time, a lot of women are like, no, it's not. This is the thing. Women are never going to lack a partner if they don't want. If they want a partner, they're going to find somebody. If they don't want and they want to be on their own, they're going to stay on their own. It's not that difficult.
Same level with them to do things. Other men just like vulnerable women that can be with them for like a few hours and then get rid of them. So it all depends on where they are.
So what do you look for in a guy in Miami?
Oh, nothing. I don't even date here. I go to Europe or some other like somewhere outside of Miami. Miami's a whole different world because there's so many women and they're so easy and it's like so like available that it's pointless.
Do you find that you're competing a lot with the younger woman?
Now you see that question over there. Now you see that question. Why was the need? What was the need of him asking that question? So he can hear if there is a struggle, if women are fighting with each other. That is oh, do you feel like the younger women are better now and they're taking all the men? No, they're not. No, they're not. There are still men out here with money and they have cash and they go for women in their 30s. Not all men are out here looking for women in their 20s. And this is the thing that a lot of men don't understand. Just because you're looking for a woman in their in the 20s, let me tell you guys something. Jeff Bezos' girlfriend is around, is it in her 60s? That man is not out here playing around. A lot of people that are rich out here with real money, they're not going after women that are in their 20s. They're going for women that are mature and that will be beneficial for their mental health. So I'm gonna continue.
They had nothing on me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna bring up this video over here. I think it's this one. And she gave her own opinion on this particular topic.
Harder.
Easier.
So this is how you know red pill men want women to be miserable. He kept asking questions to have her answer in a way that suits the narrative. Oh, you thought he was going to take you more seriously at 23? No, dating is the same. But what do men prefer? It doesn't matter what men prefer. If he likes you, he's going to like you. But they want all men to date 12% of the population. The U.S. population from women 18 to 30 is 12%. Not every man is after 12%. So he's like, oh, don't you think they'll take you more seriously at 23 than at 35? No, they're taking her seriously now too. You guys got to stop projecting onto women. What you want is not what the man down the street wants. Leave women alone. Yes, she's dating. Yes, men are taking her seriously. Yes, she's having her way still. Get over it. You guys are so mad that you guys can't get your way the same way women can.
And the thing is, I feel like it's a little bit of bitterness that some of these men know that some women will never face that. A lot of women will always have the advantage of meeting. So, and this is the thing: you can meet a man even in your 70s, in your 80s. I go to restaurant and I see, like, couples, you know, in their 70s and in their 80s, they are going on a date. Like over here, I've seen a man, a widower, he's in his 70s and he's going out with a woman that is 69 years old. And they went when the wife, and this man is loaded, by the way, he has a lot of money. He's loaded to the teeth. But after his wife passed away, he didn't go looking for a younger woman. He didn't even look for a woman in their 40s. He didn't look for none of that. He went direct to the next age, a woman in the same age the same age group. And he's loaded. He's not out here looking for younger women, 20 years old women. He's not out here looking for women, even women in their 40s. He was not. And he's loaded to the tier. And you think it would be hard for him to find a woman? No, it wouldn't be hard. But he decided to date somebody closer to his age. Why? This is the thing. I feel like a lot of people feel like if you have money, you have to. Some of the men think money and dating somebody in their 20s is the goal. No, it's never the goal. If you take this, always, let me say this: people that talk this way are people that have never seen money in their life, like big money. They've never seen big money. I'm not meaning little change, because if you've seen big money, like people like Jeff Bezos, like I said before, men like Jeff Bezos, do you know how old Jeff's new girlfriend is? She's not in her 20s. She's not in her 30s. She's not in her 40s. She's around in her 60s. You get me? People like Jeff, with the amount of money that man has, his new girlfriend is not even in her 40s. She's in her 60s. So you get me? Not everybody's out here looking for women that are in their 20s. And this obsession with age is literally funny and a joke. It's like, I feel like it's projection for those men that when they were in their 20s, they didn't get girlfriends. And the women that were in their group did not want them. The women that were in their age group when they were in their 20s did not want them. So now that the women are turning 30, all of a sudden they want to go ask, hey, is your life miserable yet? And it's funny because women be like, no, it's not. I'm still going out on a date. Like I said before, I saw two couples going out on a date and they were in their 70s. You even see it here in Europe. Couples that are going on dates, not married people, by the way, like old people going on their first date, second date, and they're like in the same age group. So all this obsession of age is just funny, and it's because of, I'm gonna say, people that talk this way are people that don't want to put anything into the relationship. So they want women in their 30s to feel bad and be like, oh my God, I'm in my 30s now. Nobody gonna want me. No, it doesn't happen that way, especially not with men that are very loaded out here. Men that are loaded with money, they don't care about that. Just because you didn't get the girl of your dreams when you were in your 20s does not mean that her life is gonna be miserable in her 30s.
Still, get over it. You guys are so mad that you guys can't get your way the same way women can.
Yep, and I think it's the obsession. I feel like they just want some kind of pain, some kind of pain, somewhere like I'm gonna bring back this other video over here that she talked about also. Let me just bring it up.
Will be. You don't know these men. So one thing broke men gotta do is stop telling rich men what they want. You aren't a rich man. You never will be. You don't know these men. You don't know what they want. You just heard what the next broke man said on YouTube and now you're repeating it. Like, please be quiet. Look at all the men who are rich and successful who's dating women 30 plus. The average man who's rich is married to a woman around his age group. So stop lying and repeating what other broke men are saying on the internet. Seriously.
Like I said before, it was because in their 20s they didn't get the girls of their dream, the girl of their dream. So now they hope that if that girl of their dream is still single when she turns 30, that she better be miserable. It's like, please, please let her be miserable. And then it turns out, no, that is not how life works. She's probably living her life, enjoying traveling, still going on dates. And because they're still broke when they are in their 30s, they're just hoping that she's not getting away. And I feel like sometimes when they turn back and say she didn't want them then when she was in her 20s, and now she's in her 30s still being taken care of, it kind of does hurt them because she is not still broke. She still have a man that have money, caring for her. So it's like, when are you gonna get your karma? It's like they're trying to think that should be her karma, the pain and the singleness and her tears. But it's kind of funny though.
Jeff Bezos' new girl is 50. Yo Gotti is with Angela Simmons. She's 30 plus. Like, y'all are speaking for rich men without their money. You don't know what's going on in their minds. You listen to the next broke man on YouTube tell you what other rich men want. Every man ain't the same. Every rich man ain't looking for a woman my age. If a rich man is 50, he's not looking for a woman my age. He probably looking for somebody close to his age so he can relate to. Like, stop projecting onto rich men. You aren't in their circles. Rich men aren't dating super, super young girls. They aren't. Maybe Leonardo DiCaprio, that's one out of how many? Future. Like, you gotta stay in your broke business. Stay in your broke business. Shouldn't you be packing your bags to go overseas so your money can stretch so you can finally get a woman? Like, you gotta worry about your broke business. Seriously. Jimmy Butler, Kyrie Irving, Chris Brown, all these men are dating women 30 plus. Like, you really have to mind your broke business. You listening to the next broke man on YouTube who's single, who can't access the woman you want to access. Like, just be quiet and stay in your place. Stephen A. Smith, his girlfriend is 30 plus. Like,
and that's the thing, the karma is not coming. So they're gonna come up with some words and talk about, oh, if you turn 30 you're not gonna find nobody. I'm like, nah, that's a lie. That's projection, because you didn't get the girl of your dreams when in your 20s. Now you just hoping that she's out there crying and being alone. Now, about crying and being alone, let me bring up this video over here of a lady coming out. She had some tough time, and I think she's in her 40s, and she was crying on camera for her fellow women to, for us to come and, literally give her some advice. She was having a breakdown. And the comment section, they were like, yeah, I bet in your 20s, but from men, by the way, I bet in your 20s you didn't date that nice guy. I'm like, you know what? I just gonna bring the video up here because I know the lady actually had a lot to say about it as well, and I'm gonna say she was spot on, because I'm like, see, it's always. I mean, when they find one, and this lady's beautiful, by the way. When they find one woman having a breakdown because she's tired, probably tired, and I'm gonna say this: there's nothing wrong with being single. There's nothing wrong with being single. If you cannot find a man that can, do his duty, yeah, absolutely, I agree. You can stay single. So let me bring up this video over here.
It never fails. A woman comes on the internet being vulnerable, being relatable, expressing how she feels.
Hold on, let me take that back.
It never fails. A woman comes on the internet being vulnerable, being relatable, expressing how she feels to other women. And men jump on there and they take that as their opportunity to be like, see, and I'm sure you probably met plenty of men in your 20s, plenty of men in your 30s that you could have settled down and had kids for. But no, you thought you were too good for them and this and that. Like, lonely doesn't mean desperate. So you can dump out that trash bag full of clothes because you're not bringing them to her house. Not every woman who is lonely is willing to settle for you. Don't let her tears on the internet fool you into thinking that she's probably thinking, I should have settled long ago. Like, some women don't want to settle. She might be lonely in the moment, but she still would rather choose this life. Don't act like single women are the only ones who are in tears. I'm sure there are married women who are also crying themselves to sleep every night because they married the raggedy man they met in their 20s, the raggedy man they met in their 30s. Some of these men want you to settle because they are the men they want you to settle for. So,
no, hold on a second. I'm just going to add a little bit into this. I'm just going to put some spice into this. It's the fact that she said you're not going to bring your trash into a house. See, I know that lady was crying on that video, because she's single and all of that. She had a little bit of a breakdown. But let me tell you and assure you that standard, she is not going to lower her standard. You will not bring your trash bags into her home. Some people probably think, oh, now she's crying. Now is the time for me to take myself in there. Nah. She probably gonna close the door in your face just because she out here crying does not mean she's gonna open the door for all of you. She's gonna close that door. So I'm gonna let her continue. By the way,
of course you're gonna be like, see, I'm sure you met. They're the raggedy men they speak of. So her comment said things like, but at least you enjoyed your 20s when you didn't need no man. You missed the train. Get a cat. Don't worry, it gets worse. Getting a man is not difficult. It's getting a decent man that sometimes is an issue. People think the worst thing in the world is being alone, but it's not. It's being with someone that makes you feel alone. So for all the men out there that are really worried about her, for some reason, I think she'll be fine. I think she pulls her car up every day to the house that she owns, that she pays for herself. She probably crawls into her king-size bed that she doesn't have to share. She has a girl dinner. And I think she plans a solo trip or a trip with her girlfriends, spending time with her family and her friends. She probably has a pet. I think she'll be fine. So when you get back home to your basement at your mom's house and you're heating up that Hot Pocket that you didn't finish this morning and you crawl into your futon, I want you to realize that she's not worried about you. So maybe you shouldn't worry about her.
Oh, she ate in that comment. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love that comment. So you know what? I'm gonna bring one video over here of a guy going on a date and the girl literally telling him, that he's got to pay and she's not dating him if he's not providing. And he was like, so if I'm not providing, you're not going to be with me. And I was waiting for her response. I was truly waiting for her response. Girl, you better give him the tea. Give him the tea. You know what? I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. So I'm just going to bring up that video up here.
What?
So basically, you're saying if I can't provide, I'm worthless to you.
I don't understand what's wrong about it. If I was ugly and fat, would you be dating me?
Oops. Ooh. Okay. Now I know he about to give some other, because hey, he could meet the women that she just talked about. But no, he had to go look for a very, very pretty, slim, beautiful woman. And let's hear his response. Let's listen to his response because I know he lied.
If you were who you are.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was a lie. That was a lie. I know you met women like that, but you didn't ask them out. That's why you asked this beautiful, I think she's from Russia or somewhere from this area. You went and brought a woman like that is pretty, and then you over here trying to make her manage. She told you she's not gonna manage. She ain't about the manage broke life. She said, you know what? Let me play it for those people that didn't see it, because I'm gonna say this. I love this clip. I really do.
What?
So basically, you're saying if I can't provide, I'm worthless to you.
I don't understand what's wrong about it. If I was
It is.
ugly and fat, would you be dating me?
If you were who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, before we close this section for today, I'm gonna bring up this video over here of this beautiful lady, telling you what kind of man you should look out for before going in the dating scene. And I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. So have a great day. Do not forget to press that like button and subscribe and leave your comment as usual. And I will see you all on the next one. Have a great day and goodbye.
And he is a subset of Mr. Bare Minimum. Now, how to spot the dude bros? Very hard, because sometimes they look good on paper because their other dude bros have made sure that they have a job, usually beyond their capabilities. But they're hard to spot on one-on-one dates. You won't know the dude bro until his fellow buddies are in the room. Then you'll know, because he will light up like a kid on Christmas morning, because his people are in the room and you are not his people. You will never be his people because you're a woman. Now, the dude bro category also has its own subcategory. They can be golfing gurus, hunterman dude, fisherman dude, gym rats, gun guys. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just some hobby, usually expensive, and usually takes them away from their families on the weekend. Because that's the plan. And they'll make little jokes like, I want to be kidnapped so I don't have to be with my family this weekend. Or I'm going to fake my death so I don't have to be with my family this weekend. Because they don't really want to be with you. The problems with these guys, 1 through 100, is they generally just don't like women. I mean, they like having sex with women, but everything else, it's not appealing to them. It's more than I can unpack in a video, but just in general, they don't like women. And number 2, everything has to be filtered through the pack. You want him to try fish tacos? The pack thinks it's stupid. You want more help around the house? The pack thinks you're a bitch. And number 3, all their time, attention, and money will go to whatever that hobby is and their dude bros. It's not going to go to you and the family. Okay, next time on Men Not to Marry, the mama's boy and how to cut that cord in one well-timed sentence. Be sure to like and follow, and as always, be responsible for your own birth control.